Hello and welcome to WoW, the positive podcast, showing kids that there's a lot more to the world news than bad news. I'm Alastair, and as a journalist I've worked all over the world. Often I wrote about things going wrong, but people need to know too about what's going right, don't you think? That helps us see that there are things we can do to make the world a better place. So, I'm here this week with my podcast buddy Clarisse to talk about something that's giving us a buzz. Well, that's a really bad joke. Listen on and you'll understand. I hope the podcast gives you some ideas too, and maybe a bit of a boost. If you like it, do share it with a friend. Hello, Clarisse. Happy Bee Day.
Hello, Alastair. Bee Day. You mean birthday? It's not my birthday.
No, Clarisse, not birthday. Bee Day. This week, we're celebrating World Bee Day. It's on Wednesday, in fact. That's what I meant by getting a buzz this week.
That was a terrible joke.
Sorry.
And what exactly are we celebrating?
Well, Clarisse, World Bee Day is a fairly new thing, just a couple of years old. The idea is to make sure that people know how important bees are and to let them know that bees need our help. The idea came from Slovenia. Do you know where that is? It's in the Alps, just above Italy. Little country, big on bees. For its size, more people keep bees in Slovenia than anywhere else in Europe. And actually, now I think of it, World Bee Day is a kind of birthday. May the 20th is the birthday of a Slovenian guy who lived a long time ago, and he's a big deal in the beekeeping world.
Okay, so are there going to be parties?
Well, sadly, of course, Clarisse, no one's really having parties at the moment for anything. But there is something we can celebrate on World Bee Day. The bees themselves are partying away while we've all been stuck indoors because of the coronavirus.
Really? The bees are happy that we are not around.
Yeah, it seems so. It's something I realised myself last week when I spotted a little honeybee buzzing among the flowers on my balcony. Now, normally in the city centre where I live, you don't see many bees. But the last few days, I've seen quite a few. Experts say that the bees are doing really well at the moment. And that has at least something to do with the fact that humans are staying at home. We're not making so much pollution and noise and so on.
That's great. So we can celebrate the bees doing really well.
Yeah, up to a point. The weather, I should say, has also been good for bees this year, so we can look forward to seeing more of them. I think we all like the sight of a busy little bee buzzing among the flowers. People can check our website, wow-news.eu, for tips on how to tell a friendly bee from a nasty wasp or a hornet. But actually, World Bee Day is also about telling people that the bees need our help. We've given them quite a few problems, and that's not good for us either.
Okay, so why should we care about bees? And how can we help them?
Well, we know that when they go from flower to flower, gathering pollen and nectar to take back to their hive to feed to their queen, well, they're spreading the pollen around, and that's like spreading seeds for flowers and plants. Without it, the plants just wouldn't grow. So, what goes for flowers also goes for loads of things that we eat. Without bees, we'd have real problems growing fruit and vegetables, growing wheat to make bread, and so on.
Gosh, and there's a problem?
You bet. Bees have various problems. There are some diseases, the spread of cities and concrete means that there are fewer flowers around for them. The chemicals that farmers and gardeners spray on plants to get rid of insects, well, they also hurt bees. And then there's air pollution from cars and engines that make it hard for bees to find the flowers because it messes up their sense of smell.
Oh dear. So is there nothing that we can do to help?
Fortunately, yes, there is, Clarisse. That's kind of what World Bee Day is all about. Everyone listening can do something to help the bees. If you go to our website, wow-news.eu, you can find links to all sorts of ideas.
Great. What are you going to do, Alastair?
Aha, well, I'm ahead of you there, Clarisse. There's a thing called the World Bee Count, where scientists are asking people to take photographs of bees and to upload them online, explaining where they found them. And so they're going to publish a map showing how many bees there are and where they are. Over time, that should help us understand what's happening to the bees. And then, of course, I'll be eating honey.
Eating honey? How does that help the bees? Aren't we stealing their honey?
Yeah, I guess that's always been one way of looking at honey, hasn't it, Clarisse? We do pinch it from the bees. But good beekeepers always make sure that the bees themselves have got plenty left over. And I always make sure I get local honey from small beekeepers who really know how to take care of their hives. You know that many of these beekeepers, did you know that they're also called apiarists? That's got nothing to do with apes or monkeys. That's beekeepers. They'll be happy to show around, school classes, families, explain how the bees live, how they make honey. You can check out what's going on in your local area.
That sounds great, Alastair. While you were talking, I just looked some things up on the internet about World Bee Day, and I see the one that I'm going to do.
That was quick. What are you going to do, Clarisse?
Plant some flowers. I read that I can ask for flower seeds, and they are free.
Ah, yes, Clarisse, that's right. Yeah, there are organizations which will send you a free packet of seeds to plant that will give you flowers which the honeybees really love. You can look for people where you live who are doing that kind of offer.
I've already found one here in France. If I'm quick, maybe I get some flowers planted on Bee Day.
Well, you better hurry, Clarisse. It's been great talking to you as ever. I'm buzzing.
Oh, no, please. Not that joke again.
Bye, Clarisse. See you next week. Right, now, you lot out there, before you go, I thought we could do a quick bee quiz. Quiz, if you like. All right, sitting comfortably? We're going to be very quick. We're going to be buzzing. I'll give you just a few seconds for each answer. Okay, so here goes. True or false? A bee can fly as fast as a car driving around town. Got to be quick. True! A bee can fly at up to 50 kilometers an hour. That's about 30 miles an hour. Ready for another? Does a bee weigh more or less than a grain of rice? More or less? Grain of rice? More! Quite a bit more, in fact. A worker bee is about as heavy as 5 grains of rice. Question number 3. What came first on planet Earth? Bees or dinosaurs? Come on, have to hurry you. Here we go. Bees! That's the answer. Amazing but true. Bees were around before the dinosaurs. And thankfully for us, long after the dinosaurs too. Okay, how many bees does it take to make a kilogram of honey? Buzz buzz. That's about 2 normal size, 2 or 3 jars of honey. How many bees? What's your answer? 6,000. Yep, 6,000 bees for about 2 normal sized jars of honey. That's a lot of work. Bravo, bees. Okay, how are you doing? Keeping up? Think of a bee. Ready to skip to another flower? Here we go. Question 5. True or false? People in Slovenia love painting their beehives in crazy colours and patterns. True or false? What's the answer? Know anything about Slovenia? Well, it's true. Slovenians are crazy about their bees and they love making their hives look beautiful. Well done if you're getting any of these questions right. Anyway, here we go. Last one of the main series. Would you say that bees are A, lazy, or B, sporty? Think about it. Think about it. Buzz, buzz. Yep, you got it. They're sporty. The answer is B. B for bee. They're sporty. They might bumble around a bit, but they do it all day, every day. Your average bee, little fellow, just the weight of 5 grains of rice, remember, she can spend the day flying around an area the size of 6,000 football pitches. Could you do that? Okay, how have you done? You feeling tired like a busy bee at the end of the day? Okay, final question. 1 second to answer. How do they fly so fast? Well, every second they flap their wings, how many times are their wings going up and down? Is it 50 times a second, 100 times a second, or 200 times a second? 1 second for you, and up! That was 200 beats of a bee's wings. Whew. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm worn out by all that quizzing. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you've enjoyed this WoW News podcast, do tell your friends. You'll find details of bee stuff and everything else at our website, wow-news.eu. I'm Alastair, and I'll be back with Clarisse next week with more positive news, especially for kids. Until then, stay safe and be positive.